Okay, we should now be live. Hello everyone, and welcome to yet, first, don't know if I don't think it's last, but our first Crossing Void live stream. Of course, today's live stream, I'm gonna be expressing my thoughts on Crossing Void, what I think, and if you really should play or not. And I've played, as you can tell, I've played to a certain amount, so I kinda got the gist of things. I waited out the storm, see what happens. They made already a few mistakes already, and I'll get into that in a second. But that's gonna be the gist for today's live stream. It's also gonna be a very short live stream. I don't plan on streaming for over an hour at all. I kind of want to get this out of there, express my own thoughts on the game, and then I want to know from you guys, just because, well, since we're live streaming, I kind of want to see what you guys are thinking, since you've been playing the game. So, the two things I want to note that I hate about the game so far, and I know they just released a new banner, and this is the first thing they did wrong. Release a banner this early that it's limited. Never release a limited banner in a few days of a game's launch. That's all I could say for a gacha game. Never do that. And they did that. On top of it, it is not free-to-play friendly. So, it's even worse. That's one thing I hate, is the limited banners. And on top of that, of course, it being so early in the game's lifespan, just instantly doing it. I don't know what their thought process is, but my thought process is it was not the wisest decision and could literally kill the game since it's so early. It's too early to do something like this that could actually kill the game off. And that is my fear. I think this game, just saying this right now before I talk about why I hate it, and also the other problem, is this game's really good. Like, I actually like it. I mean, there's the energy problem, and there's the grind to it, but the grind is not that bad. And I like it mostly because it's actually fun, it's strategic, and a lot of favorite characters. So it's just, overall, I really like this game. But they're already trying to kill the game off first few days by the seams of it. But before we really get into it, when did this game launch? A couple days ago, like on the 5th. Technically the 4th, because the game, it was, I think, UTC launch, so it was actually, like, late Thursday. So, technically, I've been playing this game for about, 4 days, technically, but for some people, it's mostly been 3. So if you guys are wondering about that, there you go. So I was able to play this game since the 4th, technically. I'm gonna put on some music for you guys. Let me know if the music is too loud or too soft. So, anyway, let's go to, like I was talking about, the limited gacha. So that it is a limited gacha. Several problems with it. It is very, very, very not free-to-play friendly. Oh, you can download it right now. Anyone can download it right now. It's actually out. Anyone can download it now. It was the global, technically, release that everyone can get. Used to be closed beta, but not anymore. Okay. But anyway, so going to it, it is limited, but the problem with this banner is you cannot use in-game currency to scout on it. I mean, you can use the Megio, which is the currency, but I'm talking about the tickets. You can earn tickets, and you can earn a lot of them. Currently, I haven't been playing that far, and I have like 30-something. How many do I have? I know it shows. Yeah, I have 36 tickets. We cannot use those tickets on the limited, but we can use them on the all-around, summon, and of course the rate ups that are normal. But you cannot use it on the limited. That is one problem, and a lot of people I already know are already angry or disappointed. A lot of people say this is their way of earning money, which, okay, I guess, but I feel like you would get a lot more trust and you would get a lot more people to spend, you know, if it wasn't like this. Like, if it still had the option to use normal tickets, I feel like people would actually be more invested into it. And that's one counter argument to that. This is a way to make money. You might actually make more money if it wasn't like this. And I can already say that a lot of people are already turned off, a lot of people are already disappointed, or a lot of people are already disappointing themselves in putting just a little bit of money into the game already, like the 10 pack. So if you guys don't know, there's a XS character thing that you probably already see that it's for $10, and you can pretty much get any character you want, but you can pay for $10. So 1 S rank, 1 A rank, and then everything like 3 Bs and 4 or 5 Cs by the looks of it. And one thing to note is any character you can get, you can upgrade to S rank, the highest rank. So this is not really worth it, but this is for the people who maybe want to put a little bit into the game and get the character that they want that's currently available in the game. It might be one of those things that you could just wait, and then if there's a character that you want but you don't want to put much into, you can do this instead and see if you can get it from this as an example. But as you can tell, perfect S guarantee, it's only 1 S and you pay $10. A lot of people already like regretting this, since I know I guess a decent amount of people have done this because of the limited. And that's why I said limited banners can be a game killer in a sense. Like, I feel like they did this way too early. They should have waited. I don't know their thought process, maybe because of Season 3, Part 2 of the anime of SAO. I don't know. All I can say is they did it way too early, and it's also the fact that they have a different currency, which I knew about this, but I didn't say anything or talk about it when people were like, oh, limited banner, or Alice is coming tomorrow. I knew about it. Free thingy scout. Yeah, I can. If you guys want to see that, I can do that. I can do that. I'm trying to save, but I guess I can do that. I'm gonna do it on the normal scouts. We're probably gonna do a 10 pull. But just as I think they did it way too early, and it could kill off a lot of the amount of players. Not kill the whole game entirely. Like, the game's really good. Really fun. I feel like the game is... Honestly, when I first played the closed beta, I was like, there wasn't much to the story, but I think they added a lot of story. Like, I played it like when it kind of first came out for closed beta, so I was able to get in. But I guess they did a lot, because I think it was like a month before the actual global release. I'm not too sure when I actually first started playing it. I stopped like really early on because I just wanted to wait until the actual quote-unquote release before I really say anything. And yeah, that's what I did. But yeah, I think limited tour. And of course the whole gacha thing. Yeah, they needed to keep it with the same. And I know a lot of people like compare it to other games, that you pretty much could use the summons on normal and limited for both. So I agree why they couldn't do this. Yeah, he's barking because he's stupid, he's going after my stepfather, and yeah, that's why I kinda hate Romeo during streams. Hey! Shut it! Yeah, I think I'm gonna have to close the window. If it's still annoying you guys, I'm just gonna close the window and shut his ass in there. Not window. Door. Yeah, definitely, I'm gonna put him in the window. But no, I'm gonna shut him in his bedroom. Technically his mother's bedroom, or a sister, but whatever. I guess he stopped now. He stopped. Okay, we don't have to worry about him, but if he does that again, I will put him in his room. It will be okay. He's still barking, but hopefully it's not loud enough for you guys to know you. But anyway, that's one problem I have. Yeah. Romeo, please, don't make me. Okay, okay, I think he's done. But yeah, there was a 1, 2. You know what? Just a sec. I am gonna put him in his bedroom. He's gonna keep barking. Sorry about that, guys. Sorry about that. But anyway. And another thing to note, and I think this is good advice for any new gacha, wait until the next banner comes out before you release anything. Because if they do something like this, that's not the wisest decision on their part. It's honestly, it's way too early for any limited banner. I feel like a 1 to 2 month gap before limited is the best choice, because then people are well acquainted with the game and decide if they really want to put forth into the banner. I think it's too early. A lot of people are not going to do it even if it was limited to begin with, because it being too early, at the same time it's forcing people to, because you can't use normal tickets, you have to use Magio. Magio is a lot rarer than those tickets, so you kind of get the picture of what's happening here. And honestly, I think they should just kept it with its own gacha. I know in some events, some limited banners, you can get those card things during the limited banner events, which we currently have one right now, but it's like this, like, you do missions to get rolls, and it's just for a reward event. It's nothing like an actual event where you fight other people. So all around, I think it's too early. They could have rated. I'm not a fan of what they did. I think they should have rated. 100% they should have rated. But anyway, it's a thing, and it's there if you really want her. But honestly, I'm not. And even if I did like her enough that I wouldn't still, because of the fact that it's too early and you have to put a lot of money into it. Are you able to get cured to this dual blades? The equipment in this game is a lot more different than something like SEO. It's not like equipment like weapons that you see. Like, he already has his dual blades. Like, his final ultimate attack uses his dual blades. And I'll see if I can get that to show you guys during gameplay. But I just wanted to show this off real quick. Is not a fan. Anyway, the second problem is if you already tell and already noticed, server issues, loading issues. Oh, and another thing to note, there's a lot more characters than just SEO. It's like 25 different other series. But yeah, as you can already tell, I just want to see before I check this game out. Yeah, like, there's, yeah, I don't think that's the best place to go. But yeah, it's equipment. It's not like what you see in the character in the battle. It's like equipment as stats, kinda. It's just like, Epic 7. It's like you don't see it in the battle, but it's there for like pretty much stats and boosts. If you guys are wondering what the units I'm currently using, and as an example of characters that you could see if the, gameplay doesn't go fuzzy-wuzzy on us. But Asana's, so one thing to note, Asana is a login bonus, so make sure to get that. But yeah. So going back to what I was saying, loading issues, server issues. I know there was problems when the game launched, which is normal, but it's a problem that I still hate. Is compared to other gacha games. Can I see Kirito? I mean, yeah. What do you mean, like in battle? I can show you guys like that, and you can see the star level, the level himself, the cross units, see who can cross with. But as you can tell, loading problems compared to other gacha games, it takes forever. It's like, why? It's worse than any gacha game before, ever. And it's like, why is this a problem? It's one of those things that's my second problem with the game that I hope they fix, or third or fourth. But anyway. So going to crossing skills, crossing skills are like an extra additional skill with your support. You can give, if a unit's not a support unit, you can see if it has support or not with a USB on the character image. But if they're a support, they can go with another character. They act like stat boosters in a sense, but they have their own attacks. And if you have a cross skill, you pretty much get an extra attack with it that you could use. It's better as I show it to you guys, but you can combine characters together from other stuff. Like, I don't remember her name as I've watched several episodes of the anime. I'm a pro noob, and it shows you what they do. But I think it's just best to show you guys, or through this with the team formation whenever it decides to load. Like it takes forever to use. So this is kind of the main format of your team. So you have 3 units in battle, and then of course whatever unit you use, you can have a support. So for instance, I have Rusin with Kirito as support. He has a cross skill with him. It will have that symbol with it. I have Silveria, which is from the Valkyrie Chronicles. I talked about it on Discord when I pretty much yeeted at everyone. I know this is the 4th one I kind of want to play on stream. I know a little bit of the series. I watched gameplay of the 2nd and some of the 3rd. But I actually really want to play a game, and I was thinking the 4th. They're from the Valkyrie Chronicles series. If you know them or not, at least the Ancillary area are both. They have a crossing skill together. They actually have the best. Like, I've actually tested them out, and they are broken with the crossing skill, the bonus of them being a crossing skill unit combo. And of course, Izaya, I can't remember how I pronounced it. Izaya, I think. And of course, Yurihara, which is from a certain magical index / a certain scientific railgun. But as the SAO, I can switch units with whoever. And of course, it will highlight if it has a crossing skill with the unit or not. And of course, there will be different symbols if it can or not. And then of course, it will show that if it's a support. Of course, it will only show supports when you're on the support section of that position of the characters. For instance, Kirito, you can support with everyone, but only certain characters might have a cross-link, for instance, Leafa and then Rushin. Which, if you get that reference or not, Rushin is from an anime where it's hard to explain. Like, you actually have to watch the anime itself, but he pretty much marries a girl in-game, and then they eventually meet up in real life. It's a comedy. And so that's why they're kind of together. I think it was called I can't remember what the actual name was again. You probably already saw it already, but it pretty much references the fact that they're both married to someone that they met online. So yeah, that is something to note. Is there's at least a reason why each character has a support or crossing skill. For instance, both of these, Yurihara and Ezia, are both information gathering people. How would you explain it? Like, information gatherers. They're really good with tech. Alicia and Severia are both Valkyries, as an example of each. I guess. But I could go back and actually check what the name was called again. And when it decides to actually load. Yeah, Wife Protector. So that's what it was called. It's not really that good. For me anyway. It's one of those skills that pretty much debuffs a lot, but doesn't do a lot of damage. And then of course the text says, first you need to find a wife in online games. So it references the fact that they both found their quote-unquote wife pretty much by playing games. So it's just stuff like that, which I really like. So there's at least some connection between the two. But yeah, that's just a short example of character combinations. It's better to show you guys online, so I would of course show you guys the scouts. And of course there's a lot to the game, when it comes to battling, so you can either do it manually, auto, and if you completed the mission, you can do auto memory, which the game saves what you did. So when you do it again, it will go based off that run. So you can eventually do better and better and beat the battle in a few rounds, then automatically allowing you to, well, let the AI do, which the AI makes bad decisions. I've seen it before. So I'll show you guys the gameplay. And another problem with the game is energy. I think I kind of went into it a little bit, but it's limited on how much you can do per day. But since I play so many gacha games and I'm busy most of the time, it's not much of an issue for me. It might be for some people who play it a lot, but if you have other gacha games that you play, it's not much of an issue. But you can use your Magio to go for more energy instead, but you're also limited. So it's just something to know about the energy. So as you can tell, energy, and then of course memory mode. Memory mode does not allow you to use support. Support gives you additional stat boosters, but doesn't use the units, if you get what I'm saying. So I'm gonna let it go for you and just let you guys see for yourself. Because I'm using stream recorder, it's not gonna look the best. So it'll look a lot better when you play in the game. But this will just give you a glimpse of how it is. I guess I'm not gonna play too much or gonna show you guys too much or stream for too long, but I'm just gonna quiet it down and just let you play and just see. So it's a strategic game where it's pretty much, as you can tell at the very top, it shows you, depending upon your speed element, we don't know much about that still, but depends upon when you move first. There are certain like points that you need to use, and each turn you get a certain amount. So when it's your turn, you gain 2. When the enemy moves, you gain 1. So if you went and then the enemy went, you gained about 3 if you didn't use any of your points in the first attack. And then when your turn comes again, depending upon which units went where, you, for instance, if it was your third, you would have 3 of the purple energy, or whatever it's called, or skill points. And then if you use those points, instead of using 0, you get enough of the gold bar, which the gold bar allows you to do an ultimate attack, which looks fucking sick. Every character that has a main bouncer, see, as you can see with Kirito here, he uses his ultimate. It doesn't look the best because I'm using that recorder, but he uses dual blades and does like a super attack. He does nothing because he's super weak against my team. This is like the farm area. But as you can tell, that kind of just shows you a rough way of playing. I know it wasn't the best explanation, but I'll play it manually just to show you guys more. But each character has their own special as a main character. If they support it, they don't. They have their own attack if they're combined with the character, and with the processing skill, they get an additional skill that they can do that is worth points as well. And as you can tell, the problems with the servers and loading of this game, it's still there. It's annoying. But we'll go to chapter 4. I have to redo a chapter, so I might as well show you guys manually on that. But hopefully that kind of gave you a rough estimate of how the game works. It'd be better if I better explain it. And of course, when you play through the game, you can, of course, go over it. So it's a lot easier to understand. But it's pretty much like you want to save points or use points at specific times for the best effect. And then you want to save your the golden points, to do a super move at the right time that could change the change the tides of the battle. I don't know why I said battle first. So go 4-4. I did not really get anywhere. I actually kind of got not destroyed, but I could have done better. We're not gonna do auto. We're gonna do off. Support character gives stat bonuses. So ultra, I guess it's called the ultra move. And of course, the loading screens are from different official artwork. So they do have this one from the samurai Chinese one. You guys know from SAO MD what I'm talking about. Okay, so it's gonna show that, which it does that every time like you're in like a main stage, of what I call it, where you can get Magio from. But as you can see on the bottom screen, 0 is the amount of points. I can actually show you by holding it down. That's just fronts the area, attacks all allies. Of course, there's also like attack all allies, first enemy only, middle enemy only, rear enemy only, and there's of course special, which special is somewhat unique. It could go like 1 unit, 2 units at once, 3 units, and it's a bit unique. Now, usually we'll say area if it has an A, and both of these are special. These 2 special attacks hit all enemies. And of course, since we start the battle with, can't remember her name, Stellaria, Severia, we get 2. So if the enemy started, then I started, I would have 3 points as an example. And of course, I can't use these because I don't have enough blue points saved, so I can't use Flash Strike, or I can't use Valkyrie on the battlefield because I don't have enough points. And of course, Valkyrie on the battlefield is because of the cross attack with Silveria. Just a sec, everyone. I'll explain this more later, but family call. Okay, sorry about that, everyone. And another thing to note is if you don't make a move quick enough, it just automatically skips your turn. So that is also something to note. I don't know if most people notice that, but that can happen. So if you take too long, just pause the game and think about it. So that's why that happened. So of course, next turn, since we didn't make any move, we only gained 1 point, which is that is something to notice. You can't skip your turn. You don't do anything. You only gain 1 point and it goes to the next person. And of course, for Kirito here, I only have 4 I have to get 4 for Freind and then 5 for Rice Protector, which is both skills. The Grain Cross is a normal skill from the partner with Kirito, but this is for the combination of the two. Rice Protector. While this is his normal skill, Horizontal Slash, attacks on enemies, and the reducing the healing effect by 59% for 2 turns. Then Spinning Shield is a cool looking attack, pretty much raises your defense and does attack at the front enemy. Can't hit the back enemy, but the back enemy does block, so I'll show you guys. Notice that she blocks while I hit only the first enemy. And of course, each unit is different, so of course, with, can't remember his name, Iriara, whatever. Medium damage attacks in the middle, and you get the gist. Area damage, area backfire, he pretty much attacks everyone with that. This one, because of Urihara, this is her main skill, it moves debuffs to the enemies. If at least one debuff is removed, she pretty much gives us a buff that heals spices of attack every turn for 2 turns. And then because I'm combined with him, with Urihara, Intelligence Power, special attack, area attack that has a lot of points to spend and is really good. But there are some that are better, like for instance, Severia's and can't remember her name, Alicia, I think. I could have done a 3, but you kind of get the gist. And so it's the same thing for everyone else, even with their special. So I'm gonna try to hit the back foe if I can. I don't think I will be able to. You don't think I'll be able to? And so you pretty much get the gist. He's using his special. There's some units that have a like it doesn't take that much points to use a special, and there are some units that take a long time. And I guess it depends upon the units most of the time. This one's really bad when it comes to like trying to defeat the last enemy first. So of course the area damage. This one's like, I think most people consider this to be like the best costing skill attack in the whole game. So what it does is you lose 16% of your HP, but increases your attack dramatically. So you do like a crap ton of damage. Mostly from the first enemy, but it hits all enemies. This is one of the reasons why I like this one. Yeah, I almost killed the first enemy. Like, it is a massive amount of damage. And of course, when you have enough points, gold points spent, you get gold points, like I said, by using your blue points. The amount of blue points you use goes into your gold. So I can use this one, 8 for him, which is Starburst Stream. You've already seen it before, but does damage to all enemies. Some of them are single, some of them are area. So I'll show this one for you guys, for Kirito. I think I killed all of them at once. So this time around, I destroyed them because I have proper equipment on. And of course, each of them has their own ending screen, whereas like the victory pose for Kirito, it's putting it in his sword sheath. So I guess that didn't consider as killing the enemy first, which is going to be a nuisance, but I can figure that out and deal with that later. But you kind of get the gist of the gameplay. It's very strategic. Different units have different effects. And some supports are really good with certain characters. And some supports are just really good in general. So hopefully that kind of gives a good enough example. Yep, we can
or are
do
you
that.
going to do a pizza?
I wouldn't mind that. Is that chicken?
Yeah, chicken and potatoes.
Are we doing that chicken, potato, and cheese?
You can.
I don't really want to do that though. I don't know, it's up to you. Anyway, so hopefully that kind of helped
You
explain.
don't want tortillas?
don't really. I don't
Ask
know.
the people if they want. That's what he is.
I don't think that'd be possible, but yeah, hopefully that helps kind of explain the gameplay. There are different modes that you can do. Like Pinnacle's kind of like the floor cleaning event, kind of emphasis on why you see Curacao and Asuna. There's a treasure hunt that you can farm pretty much equipment. So this is where you can farm equipment per day. There's a mode that you can get money if you kill the enemies. You get a crud ton amount of money. Void trials are, I think it's pretty much PvP. I think no, that's not PvP. No, never mind. No, this is the there's how would I best describe this? It's pretty much you're doing a set condition and you have to figure it out. It's like a card game almost, where you're in a certain situation and you have to find your way out of it. But with this game, with characters, so it's very strategic. It's a strategic mode compared to the others. And I think it's a good start, because I feel like eventually you get to a certain point where it's kind of like that, where you have to be very strategic with your characters. But in the beginning, it's not so much. It's pretty much at this point for me, just getting stats and getting through as much as I can before I start focusing on specific characters. So hopefully that kind of explains at the beginning, and where probably will eventually, where Void Trail might be very helpful for players. Void Energy is pretty much like, kind of like in Azur Lane, you have the commissions, where you send units out, and over time they come back. You don't have to do anything with them and get rewards. But instead of sending units out, it doesn't affect your units. You just have to have those units to get boosts, and you don't necessarily need the boosts. Oh, no, it's not boosts. I think you need those characters. So some Void missions, you have to have specific characters, and I think you can't do them at all if you don't have the characters. I'm not sure about that. I would have to explore more with it. I haven't touched it much. I've just been doing the guild one, so I can eventually change my guild name to something correct. So I'll talk about the guild last thing. And of course, Mirage is actually PvP. Then this one, I'm not too sure. I'm kind of confused on it. I'll have to look into it more. And Burst Link is also confusing. I'm not too sure on the logistics. I wasn't able to get in, but it's like a specific time I can do this event. I have to look into it more. But those are different game modes. There's the story, of course, the characters. You can look at the characters to the Characterpedia. There's achievements that give you rewards. There's a lot to unpack. Of course, yeah, Characterpedia. You can go more in depth in the character if you want to learn more. And of course, there's the progress. There's, I guess, the story that you can. Most of the stuff you can find out on your own. I think I'm not gonna stop with that, so I can talk about more pros and cons. I think I've mostly kind of dealt with the things I don't like. You kind of already get the gist of what I already like with the game. I haven't really talked about the gacha, so let's talk about the gacha some more. Because I know I talked about the limited banner off the bat. Like, I don't like it as much, but let's actually talk about the gacha, how the gacha works, the rates, etc. So if you guys already haven't saw it already, the gacha starts at 1.5%, but increases over time that you don't get an S rank. It's by a 0.02% or 0.2%. Yeah, it's a 0.2%. Based off of like as a 100, and there after you get 100, you get a boost percentage as a number. So eventually, I can get to 2%. When I get to over 1.99 and over, I get 2%. You kind of get the gist of what I'm getting at. And then over time, it increases until you eventually get the S rank. So it's only specific per banner. So this is probably the best to go for, if just in general, I feel like, because it's of course a rate up, and if you know about rate ups, they're different, so they don't say, or at least with the rate ups, they're similar, of that point. I'm not too sure. But of course you can tell they're different from the normal. So I'm expecting it to reset with the next trade up, but not for the normal gacha, which is for every character. And of course you can get characters hues, which hues are pretty much color changes. So if you guys don't know, you can have a color change unit. If you didn't know, Alice there, or whatever her name was a different color than normal. And it's a cool thing. Like, there's a lot of cool things with this game. It's kind of like costumes in SAO MD. There's actually a costume of that version of Kirito in this game that I can show you guys. But yeah, those are heroes. And then items are just, I don't know for sure about the items. I haven't done anything of the items to really say anything with. So I can't really per se say anything with that. So I don't know which items they are. I'm not expecting them to be crazy items. So hopefully that kind of helps. Kind of helps you see how the gacha is. Also limited banners I guess don't have items. I think I checked, but the limited banner doesn't have items in it, so you're less likely to get other stuff. You're more likely to get... No, it has items. Never mind me. I'm not too sure about the items part to it, so don't ask me. I haven't really gotten that far yet to really say. But going back to characters. Sorry about a lot of the background noise. But hues, like I said, are like color changes. So in battle, if you got a hue from summoning, and it depends upon the number, you can change that character's color so it's in battle. Probably one of my favorite things about this game. Like, it's really cool, unique. It's pretty much over time you can get the hues. So like a free-to-play skin in a sense. And the skins in this game, though, compared to other games, in terms of skins, is pretty much new units. So it's kind of like a seasonal or a additional unit, whatever you call it, Fire Emblem Heroes. But you kind of get the gist. So as you can tell right here, he pretty much gets the same treatment as what SAO MD did, what Bandai did. Was they pretty much swapped the color schemes with Kirito and Asuna. I know in the anime he did also wear the Knight's Oath, but they did that as well. They kind of flip-flopped it, so it's more or less Asuna, not Kirito. But you kind of get the gist. It's kind of the same color scheme as the costume change for 5-star and 6-star anniversary. No, not 6-star, no. Is it 4-star and 5-star? Or is it 5-star and 6-star? Yeah, it's 5-star and 6-star. 6.5 is missing with my head. The latest anniversary. But you kind of get the gist. And of course, there's different hues with different colors. His hair changes color as well. There's one that is completely red, as you can see. And of course, this one looks really cool. I'm not gonna lie. It looks like a detective almost. So it's just one of those like additional things that makes your character unique. Look really cool. This one looks like he has an eye patch on. I can't really tell. This one also looks really cool. So as you can tell, there's a lot of cool things they could do with a hue future that makes the characters look really cool. I think this is a reference to Ichigo, actually. A reference to Ichigo, which I found really interesting. I'm still sorry about the background noise. Hoping they get the gist. Not really. But yeah, just a cool thing. Each character, even the supports, have hues. So Isaiah here, I think first time I should pronounce his name correctly. Assuming that hues, that's not hues. Of course, different costume changes. Like there's some really cool ones, some that are similar. So I know I got some, like, where is she? She's low level, yeah. So Alicia here, I know I did recently get one of her, which changes her hair color and costume color. So it adds a lot more variety to units already. Let me see about Asuna. Let's see if they gave her the Black Kirito treatment. They gave, okay, so they gave Yuki's scheme to her.
How much you love me, bitch?
Okay, just a sec, everyone. Okay, I think they calm down now. What the heck? Okay, so they gave the ALO version color scheme to her. I'm surprised. They actually don't have Kirito's scheme. They have Yuki's, but they don't have Kirito's. Which I really like the version of Kirito's scheme on her. The costume swap, pretty much. For SAO MD for the 5-star and 6-star anniversary Asuna. That was probably so far the best looking version of Asuna. Like, I don't think any of these really take it, honestly. Oh, I guess this is actually like Silica's. This might actually be Elizabeth's. Not too sure about this one, but this is ALO Asuna version. So yeah, there's references to the hue colors. So if you like Yuki and you want Asuna to look like Yuki, boom. But Yuki's also in this game, so if you're wondering about Yuki, Yuki's in this game. Also, Lane is. Love to characters that Bandai Namco gives no fudges about. Which is sad. Which is kind of sad. So if you guys are a fan of Lane, a lot of actually kind of cool color schemes of her that are actually really good. I actually like this one. But yeah, you kind of get the gist of Hughes. Hughes just added another, like make the characters cooler, in a sense. So aside from that, I don't know about the items section of the gacha, but yeah. I actually don't mind the normal gacha, assuming that we get a lot of tickets. I don't mind it. You guys already said it. Is that a good or bad game so far for you? Everything's good except server and load times. I think it's mostly server issues that they really need to fix and really need to grind their gears on. And 2, limited banners. 3, limited banners too soon. So if you guys don't know, Alice is a limited banner. I think it's mostly because of season 3. Goddamn Barco is still going at it. Sorry about that. I'm gonna have to be louder now. But pretty much this Alice, I guess they wanted to bring her out as soon as possible because it's a limited. You can't use noble tickets on her. Very, very unfriendly free to play. This is mostly pay to win, in a sense, if you want to say pay to win. This is more Dolphin and Whale territory. And no, if you guys saw, I did scout a bit on it off screen. I used my Magio. No, I did not get Alice. I'm not worried if I don't get her or not, but she is limited. And I did say to you guys that she was coming on the 8th as a limited banner. It did happen. I was hoping they wouldn't have a different scout system. I did hear they were doing that, and I'm disappointed that they are. It's too early. Different scout system that's very unfree to play, and server issues. Those are my 3 problems with this game, honestly. So far, those are the only 3 problems. Energy is not an issue because I don't have the time to play this game always. I have other gacha games, so energy is not much of an issue for me. When I have energy, I can just play different gacha. And at this point, so I haven't even showed you guys my mailbox. My mailbox at this point is just overflown with energy, ranging from 10 to 100 energy. So if you guys are wondering about energy, yeah, I have a crap ton of energy. So for those people that weren't crazy about energy, I'm like, relax, mates. I'm not having an issue. I don't have an issue yet. Even with me playing relatively decently most of the time, at this point I'm like level 28, at least from the 3rd day. I have issues with the energy system. Yeah. And of course, there's stuff like you can get survey, 100 Megio if you bind your mail, and of course, you can actually win a free Alice by going to the Twitter. So that's another thing to note is, and you probably will get it when you log into the game and you stop playing. After you reach rank 10, you get the ability to go into your inbox, So that's something to note. So when it comes to pre-registration, if you pre-register, this case to place any of you gacha or just side dish. When it comes to gacha, it's probably gonna be my main. Like, that's how much I'm having fun with the game. I just don't like what they did with the limited. Aside from the limited, I could easily see this being as a main gacha game that I play. A lot more than Battle Cats at this point. I mean, it's still new, it could change, it's just something to note, but at this point, I'm kind of invested into this game right now. Not money invested, but you kind of get the gist. SAO MD, what else? Epic 7, Azur Lane, mostly those at this point. I'm trying to think of anything else. Like, I know in the future there's Arc Knights that I'm gonna try really hard with, and if I just get bored, I get bored. We'll see. There's sometimes I just get bored. I just don't play it a lot. Did you do the Night of multi? No, I did not. Like, I was waiting to see what they would do with the limited, and I kind of hope they didn't do what they did with the limited, but they did it. And I have not done the gacha because pretty much the gist is it's not worth it. Because eventually, if you get said character, you can, no matter what rank it is, you can eventually get it to S rank over time. So that's why I don't see it fit to do it. So that's why I'm waiting. Assuming that they're gonna add characters to this, I'm gonna wait. That's pretty much the gist. And that's the simplest thing I will say. Unless this disappears. How free to play is this game? Like, from other people and from my experiences so far, if you're not too invested to this game, I, like, very invested. Like, if you're very hardcore, I would say energy is your worst offender. Aside from the limited. Like, gacha-wise, it's free to play. Like, any character you can get, you can, if you like them a lot, you can eventually get them to S rank. Full 6 stars. So in terms of free to play, it's like very free to play except energy and the gacha, but I don't have problems with energy. I know some people are, but they're going mad crazy over the game. They're non-stop playing. So that is just something you gotta know when it comes to the energy side of things. You are limited per day, but if you just saw what I went through, I really haven't been... I don't really have any problems with energy. Like, for 3 days, playing it sort of non-stop, I really haven't had any issues. So, that's just from my experiences. It could change, but so far, I don't have any issues, and as you can already tell, I have so much energy. Yes. So, in this game, how ranking up works is weird. It's very confusing. I can't really show it to you. It takes some time. You pretty much need to either get fragments or dupes. And so let's go to a character. To best explain this, I have to go to a character so you guys understand. So in this game, there's a thing called talents. And as each rank goes up, the more talents you have. When you get dupes, you have the ability to shuffle your talents. There is a specific percentage chance that every time you shuffle your character, it will rank up to the next one. So it goes from C to B to A to S. And there's a specific chance. You need either dupes or these fragments that you can get from other stuff that is universal. And so you can, of course, use the fragments, shuffle your abilities, and of course, talents are useful as well because they add in extra stats. But that's pretty much how to get higher ranks, is that you hope, like it's a percentage chance that it might happen. So that's just something you gotta know, is there's a specific chance that you might get a rank up, so that's why it's time investment. Like, you will eventually, that's the emphasis on what I say, is eventually you can. It's not gonna happen overnight. It eventually will. Another thing to note about Alice is she's only S rank, if I'm correct. So you won't be able to get her C, B, or A. She already comes as an S. Last time I checked. So I haven't gotten her. So, and I think she's only S rank anyway, so that's just something to know. I think details might show her. No. Let's see, because there's also the whole comment section. You know what? In Epic 7, you can see what people say about the character. Let's look at it real quick. And welcome to the stream, Autumn. No luck. Her #1 here is Astora Seeper from Fate series. Okay, didn't know that. Best girl. Love her, love Alice. Okay. So, most voted is no luck, so I'm not surprised. Actually, I'm kind of curious. Can we see her hues? Okay. Okay, so blue hue. Yeah, you can tell that she's only, gold, because you can only see gold hues. Okay, there's that weird rainbow one. Oh yeah, that's true. That does definitely look like Saber. That does definitely look like Saber. Or was that Saber, you said? Or that person said? But anyway. You can get a rank? Where is that? The problem, like, it doesn't really show you, honestly. They show you the rates, but they don't show you what you can get. That's my only problem. I guess another problem you can add on to it, but it's like a little gripe. It doesn't really... Okay, so it does show you character, hue, and item, but do they show specific? No. So if it is true you can get her to A, if you get her at A, then yeah, it will be possible to get her to S rank even as a limited, and got her A rank? Okay, I did not know that. See, like, I don't know that because I haven't really summoned for her. But if that's the case, you can eventually get her by using the pretty much every one fragment. I don't remember what, I don't know what it's actually called. But you kind of get the gist. Right now playing Digimon, bro. I see. But anyway, I know someone wanted me to scout. Like, I don't mind. I could. Like, I want to wait, but I guess we could do it for stream purposes. But I actually want to say that for last. There was something else I wanted to go over, and now I just actually can't remember. I actually can't really remember what I want to go over. I know there's stuff with guild, and also that's something else, you can join my guild if you want to. I need to. Oh, look at this! Look at this! Look at all these people. Can I? Let's see if that actually works. I don't think it will. Oh. Okay, so I guess I got some people. But you can join my guild. I want to change my name to Chill Crew. That's the usual guild name that I try to go for. I messed up because for some reason Discord can't be in the description. Like, I have my own Discord channel for you guys that don't know, but I can't do it because it doesn't allow you to put it. So I did not know that until I had Chill as the name. I changed it, and it's like, oh, bro, I guess the guild's now named Chill. But of course I can change it by using those like weird points, which is 1,000 for some weird reason. So yeah, that's how my experience is for guild. But yeah, you guys can join. There is a specific event for guild members. They can work with your guild, and it's only for guild. And I think it's at the weekends. So starting tomorrow. I'm not sure. I remember seeing it. But guilds unlock at level 23, rank 23. Okay. I'm not. I guess this is like a guild Okay, there's a lot to it. I thought there was a event. I think it's unlocked later, actually. That you can work with your good ones. I'm trying to see, because I know there was one. I think it might be Enchanted Void or the Void Expedition. I think it might be Void Expedition. I'm not really sure. I know there's a guild event that you can work with 2 other guild members, but honestly, I'm not sure. I'm not sure what that is or where it is. Maybe it was that, you just changed it. No clue. But yeah, I think that's pretty much it in my thoughts. I think everything else is really good. I actually really enjoy. I actually enjoy this game, except server issues. It's annoying, especially if you're not on the internet. If you're not on the internet, good luck, mate. But you'll be having a lot of freezing, disconnects. It's just better to relaunch kind of situations that I hate. And of course, like I already said, limited banner. You already know my thought process. Limited banners, too early. And it's a different summoning system. Not a fan. I know a lot of people don't like it. I honestly, I see why, but at the same time, I think it would be better if they just kept it with the same summoning. That would encourage more people to summon. Then people would be turned off that they have to pay to get the character. Hopefully, you get what I'm getting at. So it's just like they could do, like it can work without it, but it's whatever. It's whatever. Honestly, I'm not much of a fan, but it's there. If a character comes up that you like, all up to you, man. If you want to go for it or not. I guess it depends upon the character. For me, Alice is not like one of those characters that I absolutely need. If it was Ugio, I feel like can't really pull this Alice to 91 multi unless you pay right. Yeah, pretty much. Like, unless you've done through everything in the game, I don't know if that's even possible with the amount of mag you can obtain. I don't think it is. Correct me if I'm wrong, but I don't think even if you did everything right now, I don't think you'd be able to. Assuming that you didn't pull on anything else with your Magio, or didn't use your Magio for energy. But, you know, that's hard to say. Like, there could be other stuff that come out that give you Magio that I'm probably forgetting. But, yeah. So, going back to what I was saying, if it was Ugio, that would be a different story. But anyway, you kinda get the point. I'm not much of a fan. It could definitely be improved upon. I don't like that you have to use a different currency, pay to win, kinda, pay to get currency. But anyway, at best you can get around things with the 5,000 mag gear free to play. So I do know that supposedly in some limited banners from the event, you were able to get tickets free to play. But this event doesn't, so it's kind of like, what's the point? And like I said, sorry about the background noise. Yeah, like they're really pushing it way too early. Like if this was like months after the game launch, I think a lot of people would be a lot less on edge. There would definitely be. I'm sorry about the background noise. Families. This is why I didn't want to stream today. This is why I wanted to make this a short stream, because of those three. And doggos and cats. Anyway, so to finish it off, you kind of already get the gist. What I like, what I don't like. It's going to be one of my main gacha games. I'm going to continue playing it. Maybe on stream if you guys want me to do more of it on stream. If there's a lot of support for it, I'll do more of it. But aside from that, I'm going to continue playing it. Hopefully it gets better over time, especially the server issues. Honestly, the most annoying thing is the server issues, the disconnects, and proper loading. I don't know what the problem with it is. I think the closed beta was better than this, if I'm correct, if I remember correctly. So they need to get their gear together, grind this out, so we can get a better experience and so you guys don't have to go through this torture of the game every so often, just freezing with perfect internet. That's probably my worst thing for, like, one thing I hate the most about this game. That they could fix, but they haven't. Anyway, enough blabbering. We'll do a 10 pull, and then we'll stop for today's stream. Yes, just for now, we'll do a 10 pull. I'm gonna save until a certain banner comes out that I have liked for a character, and I'll do it on stream. But we'll just do a random 10 pull. Okay, so we got... Ooh, is that an A rank? Yeah, an A rank for Yukina, which I think I already have her, but it shows you if you got an A rank of the character. Okay, so we got Kumi, which is a mostly, main middle damage dealer. Okay, so honestly, nothing too crazy. We got her as a support, which is, oh, she is still real damage. Okay, then we got a different hue for her, which I don't. Maybe I'll use. I know that she has a really good medium attack, medium damage. I think for the support version, I know the support version's really good. If I'm correct, if it's the support version. But anyway, nothing too crazy, but I'll take it. And of course, the lucky value goes up. And like I said, eventually you will get a character. So actually, look, I never actually looked at this. Lucky value 14. Okay, so obtaining another character. Okay, we'll set it. And this kind of shows you what you could get. Is there anyone else specific? No. It's interesting that these guys are not even S rank, which is kind of weird, but makes sense. At this point, with the constant server issue, I just log in the game and exit the collect 80 bonus. That's about it. Too hard to play normally. Yeah, especially when you're offline. Like, that's the main problem with this game right now. It's not really the limited banner. Like, fuck the limited banner for now. Way too early. Just push it aside. Fix your server issues, damn it. That's all I can really say. And that's... They should have been working on than worrying about a limited banner. That shouldn't even be out right now. That's all I can really say. And I'm making sure I drive that point in because it's honestly the truth at this point. It's like, why? But anyway. Yeah, pretty much I'm saving my summoning for characters like what's his name? Ah, damn it. Can't remember his name. Can I look at it? I don't think I'll be able to look at it here. Maybe history?
Tortillas?
Just a sec, everyone. Sorry about that, but you pretty much, Devil's a part-timer. I would love to have the, whatever his name, get into the game. I would definitely summon for him. More of the Valkyrie Chronicle characters, more than just Silveria. I actually like her, but I want to see more of those characters. And some others here and there. Really curious to see what other characters, you know, Ujio for sure. But it's going trigger happy on that probably. It shows how money grabbing the company is at this point. Yeah. It's like, I think the problem is because how big the collaboration is. Like, if you realize, like, it's 25 different series. That's gonna cost a lot of money. They need to be smart, not trigger happy. Because trigger happy is gonna kill the game. And honestly, at this point, the game's really good. They need to stop trigger happening it. Like, this could be a really good ass mobile game. They just need to be smart with it. Because at this point, they're making way too many mistakes already. Like the limited banner, server issues. They need to work on the server issues. They can't just ignore it. They need to work on it. Even on the internet, even with using internet, I'm still having problems. It's the server issues. It's not my internet or my wireless or whatever. Like, other gacha games are like 10 times better. They don't even have any issues. That's bad. Okay, enough ranting about the problems with the game. I think this game is really well done. There's a lot of things I like about the game. They're just making stupid ass decisions that's probably gonna kill them. That's all I really have to say about it. They honestly just need to work more. Be smart. Don't just trigger happy it pretty much. And right here, server issue. It's like, why? And yeah, honestly, I don't know what their thought process right now is. Is it like the same deal? Like, I know this came out earlier, I think on the in the Chinese server or the Japanese server. This game has been out for some time, which I don't know what they're doing. Don't know if they're going the same route. Honestly, at this point, I'm kind of in the black. I'm in the unknown of what their real thought process is. I don't know about. I don't know if it's the same direction they're going with when they first released it on the other servers. So we'll see. I'm just kind of worried, you know. Let me check. There's other characters like Taiga that I know was in the game. I don't think is in the game right now. So this is a lot of characters. I play some really bad gacha games like you wouldn't even play. They got zero server issues. Zero server issues. Worse than this game. Come on. Who is the main team? Is it? I think it's Sega. That's the main team that's working on this game, or like the main company that's kind of working on this game, if I'm correct. Which they need to get the act together. They honestly really need to get their act together with the server issues. What is with the instant limited banner nonsense? It's just, they're being stupid right now. They need to be smarter. You can't lie about that. Aside from all of that, I actually really enjoy this game. You can argue about the energy issues, but I haven't had that much of an issue yet, and I still have tons of energy to go through. So whatever you say about the energy, I think it's more of an issue that players are constantly playing this game somehow. I have stuff to do, I have other gacha games, I can't always be on this game. So that just kind of shows you, like, at this point, like, energy is still not an issue where I'm at currently. So for people that are, I feel like they're going way too quick. They might actually need to slow it down, is what I would say. But that's just me. It's up to you, what you want to do with the game, how much you play it. But that's about it for today's live stream. You kind of got my general thoughts on the game, what I think. It's obvious. They need to slow down. They need to think it through. They need to fix the issues. Why the heck is it just SEO at this point in time? It's like they're really trying hard for the most popular of all 24 series, 25 series in total. So I kind of hope they steer off the just getting the most amount of money possible. Be smart. They're kind of being like Bandai Namco right now. I'm sorry, but you need to not learn from Bandai. That's all I gotta say from me. Is don't learn from Bandai, because you start to lose players if you go direction with Bandai. That's all I gotta say. Even though the game's still, SAMD is still being played out of most of the other games, they made constant decisions that, for me, just makes the game not enjoyable, honestly. Like, especially for the character choices. And kind of, it's for those that have watched play and actually watch me play and know what I'm talking about when it comes to SAMD. Character diversity is shit, because I keep doing the same characters over and over again. Kind of get the gist. So hopefully they don't do that. And hopefully they actually spread their rings and do all the characters eventually. I mean, they're not going to do it all at once, but... I'm confused. How do they have server issues? If the game is launched in Japan already, no way Global have more players than those servers. Yeah, like, I think it was the Chinese server. I'm not too sure which server was first, but it's been out. That's why we know some things of the game, especially the like. It's been at least for 6 months, at least 6 months since at least a version has been out. I just don't remember exactly which one. I think I saw a Chinese version, so I'm not positive. So I'm not really sure what's the issue. I feel like it's just one of those things that they just need to buckle down, figure it out, honestly. So it's just a better experience, because that's just going to help out the game more. Like, this, I think, already probably turned off a lot of players, not with the limited banner included, just the server issues. So they need to get that done ASAP before anything else, and I don't know what their process is, honestly. I don't know. But enough blabbering for now. What do I think? I think it's one of those games that at this point in time you can play it. I think it's going to be eventually worth playing. It's going to be a fun experience. But right now, you might as well just wait until some of these issues are fixed before you really just grind and get into the meat and potato of this game. The only problem with it is you'll be behind, but I don't think it's that much of an issue, honestly. It depends upon how they do PvP. Like, I haven't done PvP enough to really say for certain, but I think PvP, they based around where you are, so I don't think you should have much of an issue getting eventually to other players. I'm playing since the very beginning on the 4th instead of the 5th, if you get what I'm saying, but... True. I did hear a lot of that. I haven't really gone that far, but I know what they're talking about. I think it's one of those games that's like I'll play a lot, but I think it will be more on the casual side than other games like Azur Lane or Epic 7. And that kind of just explains how things are, because I don't mind to have some grind to the game, but not to the levels of Jagilia Lost. Like, Jagilia Lost is by far probably the worst grinding experience I've seen. Yeah, I don't like that at all. I don't like Jagilia Lost's grinding system, because it doesn't seem like you're making any progress. You're just constantly continuing. And with the work to do it, it's just, it's not fun. It really isn't. Like, I know some people that still playing this game at this point are just like, I'm done with it already for the grind. Even people that like the grind are not too much of a fan of it. So, hopefully that kind of sheds some light. So, I'll see. It might be one of those games that might be a lot less farm than Epic 7. Because in the Epic 7, it's not that hard to grind. It might be RNG related, but it's not as bad as what I'm guessing this game will be. I feel like this game will be worse. But I don't think it's going to be as worse as Jagilia Lost. So, we'll see. I'll let you guys know whenever we stream the game again, or Discord if you do ask the same question again. I'll let you guys know and let you guys know my thought process. But with everything in this game, I think this game can be a casual, fun, free-to-play experience. It's just there's some things right now that don't make it such. It might just be best to wait until they fix those issues before really giving it a chance. I guess that's the best way to say it for now. So wait until you can either play it now and then very casually play it until they fix the issues where you go hard. Yeah, give this game a week or two. Yeah, I think it's one of those games that we just have to give it 1 to 2 or a month length of time before I can really say if we should continue playing this game or should just okay, play different gacha games instead, or more so. But from my experience, I've been really enjoying this game. And I'm pretty much just enjoying this game as it is. Not really on the side of being a dolphin or a whale. So, as just a free-to-play, I'm enjoying it. I'm taking my time, I'm enjoying it. Even though I've been playing it sort of decently. And I'm level 28. A month for separation fix, no way. If that is the case, yeah, I'm not expecting a long future with this game if they do that. They have the perfect opportunity to make this a very popular game. But right now, there's too many bad decisions. Anyway, I'm gonna stop for now. Finally stop for now. So if you guys did enjoy today's live stream, make sure to leave a like, subscribe, / follow. And description below is Discord yet again, so do please go check it out. Check out my guild. The name is just only Chill. I will eventually change it to Chill Crew. I'll let you guys know on Discord whenever I do, but that's taking a long time to get around to, so don't expect it anytime soon. But aside from my own guild, and I'm gonna be messing more with the guild soon, but right now I'm just grinding out my characters so I can eventually do equipment level 3 and actually do this. So another thing to note is right now there's missions for this one. I don't know how long this is gonna be, but you can pretty much choose any S character you want, and this is pretty much I think kind of gets you into the game. I think it helped me get into the game a little bit more than I thought it would. And it gives you other rewards. So don't forget about this, too. I feel like a lot of people at this point have probably forgotten about this. Or forgotten that these, side missions are here. But yeah, this pretty much gives out nice rewards. And, of course, at the very end, lets you choose an S character of your choice. Which I'm still debating on who I want to choose for with the units I have. I can't really wait for it because I don't know how long this event is. Unless this event is forever, then I might stall and wait until a certain character comes out that I like that's in the main gacha pool. Then I might choose that character if I can. I don't know. I don't think I will because I don't know how long this event is because it doesn't really say. But hopefully that kind of just gives us light into what I'm thinking. I honestly, at this point, I really don't know who I would choose, but... Okay, enough blabbering! I need to get going. So, have a nice day. You guys know the drill. I'm Zigma11. Good luck on your summons. And I will see you maybe tomorrow's live stream, which if it is tomorrow, we're going to try to continue on with Kingdom Hearts 3 Critical Mode playthrough. Try to finish it before the 15th for Pokemon Sword and Shield. I know Wave 3 DLC for Fire Emblem 3 Houses has came out last night or today, which I won't mess with that until after Sword and Shield. Because we're so close to Sword and Shield at this point, and I do want to mess with a lot of it on stream, that I don't think we'll get around to it. I think it's too late at this point. It's too early for them to release it, so it kind of throws off everything. So I'm definitely gonna wait after Sword and Shield at least. I do want to do Valkyrie Chronicles on stream eventually, play through that game, the 4th one, if you don't know, Valkyria Chronicles, I got first introduced into this series, which is one of the 25 series in this, unless I'm incorrect, is one of the 25 series in this whole Dengi, whatever it's called, collab thing. And I got introduced with Project X Zone 1. I know there's a second one, I played both of them, but they're not in the second one. But it's pretty much the main characters from the third Valkyria Chronicles and Silveria. So, fun fact, if you see Pikachu anytime soon with Kirito, it's because it's Silveria. And if you guys don't know who I'm talking about this girl right here. Because legit, she fought against Ryu. Which, if you guys don't know, Ryu's in Super Smash Bros. You kind of get the point. Like, I like the idea that eventually everything could be possible in one game. So, it's like, it's so crazy to think that we're just so much more closer just to see Kirito getting electrocuted by Pikachu. It's eventually getting to that point. I doubt that would be what would happen, but you kind of get the point. Like, the possibility at this point is so close. It's like, just like one game distance. It's crazy, but yeah. I actually really like the Valkyria Chronicles just from that Project X Zone alone. I've seen gameplay of the second. I actually seen the whole playthrough of the second one. A tiny bit of the beginning portion of the third one. So that's why I want to play the fourth one on stream. I know they're not games that are connected timeline-wise. I know they're from back and forth, so there's not a huge need. Last time I checked, there wasn't a huge need to play other games to really get into one of them. So we'll see when we get around this fourth one. If we get around to the fourth one, which will probably be after Sword and Shield for sure. We'll see. I don't know. At this point, there's like so many games I want to get to. It's just so much. But enough of that. For now, gotta get the gist. Have a nice day. And I'll see you guys later. Peace. And also, Zavelia and Alice, really good combination attack. Really broken. Even at this point, they're kicking ass. But